A haunted house is defined by an unnatural death, meaning that if someone dies in a way that's hard to comprehend or is murdered, it is considered a haunted house. In Japan, such haunted houses are called accidental objects. Japan's accidental objects are quite unique. Whether it's a death that's hard to comprehend, a murder, or a death from old age or illness that is discovered after some time, these are considered accidental objects. You can see the appearance of the accidental object on the real estate website, and it will also tell you the reason for the previous occupant's death. Due to legal issues, Japan has developed a special kind of job called a wizard. They will arrange for a wizard to live in it for a month. The next tenant will not know that the previous one had trouble there. The salary for cleaning wizards is very high, so many people are willing to do it, but there are also many who have encountered terrible things. Today, we are going to talk about a supernatural story. At that time, I had not found a job in Japan. Suzuki once introduced me to a job at a real estate company run by his uncle. However, there were no job vacancies at that time. Suzuki continued to do what his uncle told him for a long time. Then, one of his uncle's friends spoke up, saying, "Aren't we short of people for that job?" Suzuki's uncle was stunned for a moment, then suddenly realized, and said that was not possible because they were still young. When Suzuki heard this, he looked at me and immediately urged his uncle not to underestimate us. His uncle just looked like a child and told us to stop making trouble. Suzuki didn't know what the job was at all, so he said it was okay, and then he told his uncle, "Uncle, please explain to us. Why do you say no without explaining?" Afterwards, it was pushed back and forth, and in the end, Suzuki's uncle's friend, growing impatient, interrupted again. "Let them try it, aren't they short of money?" Suzuki's uncle hesitated for a while, then sighed, and then asked me, "Are you afraid of ghosts?" Suzuki's uncle then said, "We have a job where we live in houses where accidents have occurred. As long as we work for a month, the salary is very good, but because it is a temporary job, there is no guarantee. Whatever happens next has nothing to do with the company. Is this acceptable to you?" Curiosity got the better of me, and I asked about the cost. The original price was $1 million, but as an accidental object, it was discounted to $700,000. I was thrilled at the prospect of living in $1 million apartment and earning a salary. After confirming my move-in, I quickly packed my luggage. I then asked Uncle Suzuki for the keys. He looked worried as he handed them over, cautioning me not to open the door at night to anyone, even if I knew them. I acknowledged his advice and saw him out. For the next 3 days, I enjoyed my time in the apartment, though I was still job hunting in the mornings and relaxing with TV, movies, and online games in the evenings. However, on the 4th night, while watching a talk show, the doorbell rang. Peering through the peephole, I saw Suzuki standing outside and I was trying to open the door. A chill ran down my spine as I remembered Suzuki's uncle warning about living in an accidental house. I asked Suzuki to wait and called him, but there was no answer. Puzzled and nervous, I was about to open the door when I heard Suzuki's voice over the phone. Suzuki, on the other hand, was confused. He was not at my door but at home with his girlfriend. Glancing through the peephole again, the figure outside, resembling Suzuki, stood silently. Who was this person? As I pondered, the figure began to turn the doorknob rapidly. Panicked, I locked the door and barricaded it with the shoe cabinet. I stayed at the door all night, afraid of him coming in. The next morning, I confronted the building's security guard, asking why he had let someone in the night before. He was adamant that no one had entered. Intrigued, I requested to view the security footage. Reluctantly, he agreed. The footage showed no one entering the building or using the elevator around the time of the incident. However, the corridor camera outside my door captured a figure resembling Suzuki approaching my apartment and then vanishing. The figure even turned, smiled at the camera, and mouthed, "Come again next time," before disappearing. Shaken, the guard and I reported this to the police. However, when they reviewed the footage, the mysterious figure was nowhere to be seen. The police left, unconvinced, and the guard and I were left bewildered. Since that night, the guard and I have developed a bond, almost like sworn friends, united by this inexplicable experience.